All right. Here we go with another back rep. Today it's Eldar against the new Blood Angels. All nice and pretty down there. A little bit of red on this side, so I think he's trying to defect to my side, but we'll see. All right, let's start over here. What you got?
Wave Serpant with a cannon and a double last cannon.
Double what?
Yeah,
they got last cannons.
Yeah, they have last cannons. Double Bright Lance and Hollow Fields.
Good for him. All right, next up.
With a squad of 10 Dire Avengers inside.
Got it, Dire Avengers.
This is the same, Dire Avengers inside.
All right, good for them.
The same once again, and this has the Farseer as well as Dire Avengers.
Do your red ones go fast though? Like orcs?
I wish.
Yeah, all right.
That'd be nice. Same thing, Dire Avengers.
All right. So far we're lackluster, man. Give me some diversity. What do you got over there?
It's standard Wraith Guard.
Right. Who's the potato head in back?
It's another Farseer, probably going to be taking Demonology.
Yeah, he's a potato head. All right, new Blood Angels. We did the list just fresh today, but using the older models to see what we can do. Under heavy support, we got the Storm Raven, as you see it. So we got the missile launcher up front. I got lights on it, so I'll turn them on later. It'd be pretty. Singular got cheaper, so I'm going to rock him today with a 5-man squad. Power Fist with the Sergeant. And I got to using the Blood Talons again to see how the Dreadnought works. It actually looks like it's going to be a tank killer these days rather than just a regular troop killer like it used to be. All right, 2 ball flamers. I forgot my tops, but you know they still work as ball flamers. Where flamestorm cannons when I put them on the board, outflanking. Got another Dread right here. The other Dread has extra armor and Magna Grapple. Magna Grapple works a little bit different. You get to re-roll your distances to vehicles, which works out pretty nice if you're trying to destroy vehicles. But he's right here. The other one's got extra armor. Heavy Flamer. This guy's just putzing around the back. 5-man partial of a tactical squad. The other half of the squad is inside there with Mephiston. Cheaper on points, lower on toughness. You know, we'll see how well he does. For powers, we rolled up Fear of Darkness, Wings of Sanguinius, Blood Lance, and also the Quickening, which looks pretty good for hand-to-hand combat. Got a 5-man squad of Assault Squads, just chilling out with them behind it. Over there, we got another setup. There's a tactical squad inside the vehicle. Between the glass cannon, extra armor. So is the other vehicle over here. And we also got a 5-man squad back there, tactical squad. Just chilling in the back with a missile launcher. What mission do we roll off?
Number 3 on Maelstrom.
Number 3 on Maelstrom, we just can't remember what it is. Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. But he chose roll the die off. I got to deploy first. So he's going to roll a dice over here. You got one of your dice ready?
Yep.
See if he steals.
Nope.
A 1 means no. So that means Blood Angel. Turn 1. Not a whole lot of movement until reinforcements come in. We came up here. Turned out to be number 4 and 2, so it doesn't do anything on the mysterious objective. Over here, what number was that? 6, I think? Yep, 6. Same thing. Roll a 2. Mephiston and his little buddies moved up to the center. Rolled a 4 for Skyfire Nexus. I scored a point off of that. Because
Skyfire Nexus.
What's that? What is it?
I thought it was.
He lied to me.
Yeah, I know. It's reroll 1s.
Reroll 1s. Oh boy. But shooting did a whole lot of nothing. Did I even kill anybody over there?
You killed 1.
1 guy.
32 points.
Woohoo! All right, we got a last cannon fire, missile launcher down that way. Scored off 1. Over here, roll a 2 to hit. He's still hiding. These guys are over there, and it's all about the Eldar turn. He actually moved up in his phase, but didn't go back and film. So we'll see at the end of his phase. Eldar slowly creeping up their flanks. Movement over here, had 1 shot over at the Dread. He saves. Over here, we got 1 jinx shot over at the vehicle that Mephiston's in. Didn't do anything.
What's up, man?
Claimed an objective back there. Summon a demon, and they came up and ran. Make sure they're nice and spread out. These guys just moved up and ran. That's about it for the Eldar. That's not a whole lot. But we're on to turn 2 for the Blood Angels. Blood Angels coming in for reserve. Somebody made it aware to me that the Ball Predators do not outflank anymore. So they had to come in from the edge, and they moved up 6 inches in the shooting phase. Over here, a whole bunch of shooting. Whole lot of nothing. Mr. I get ahead of you. He walked out, but ran back about 1 inch because he's a wuss and didn't have anything to do. Over here, shooting from here, did nothing. Mephiston and his buddies jumped out over here. I'll swing to this side of the table. There was a whole bunch of bloodletters over there. But the first power I tried to get up, I rolled perils. The second one, I rolled perils. But the second one actually worked. A leadership with a -2. On those guys, because of demonic instability, they decided to take a dirt nap. So it got me first kill. But these guys moved down a little bit just in case it was going to be a little bit more of a hassle for me. These guys over here, a whole bunch of nothing down the side here because these new Blood Angel dice that I got are sucking right now. But hopefully they'll warm up for me. Here we go with turn 2 for the Eldar. Aggression on the Eldar part. We got not a whole lot of movement. A little bit of movement. These guys came out. What'd you cast on those guys?
They're Dire Avengers.
No, what'd you cast on them? I know what they are.
They cast Guide on themselves.
Guide. There you go. They did that. These guys moved up, did a whole lot of shooting. All the shooting from over here. Took a couple guys off there, including my sergeant that was sitting around the corner with Mephiston. We passed our morale, so we're still sitting there. Another shot came over from the vehicle back here. I made my cover on that, which was good. We had one shot from here at the Storm Raven, did nothing. Twin Link shot from over here actually hit it. I decided to jink and actually saved him. So I'm just snap firing, but that's a pretty good thing. So that's how we sit right now at the bottom of one? No, bottom of 2.
These guys.
I really got to change my dice over. The shooting phase did not do a whole lot. A whole bunch of nothing over here. I charged in with Mephiston, his 2 little buddies, in the assault squad. We didn't cause any wounds. Mephiston didn't do anything. I didn't put any of his big weaponry up and stuff. So I actually tried to roll for him. Everything I swung at him, I rolled 1s and 2s. So no mess crafted on him. Here's the we lost combat, killed one guy. They broke off. The other guys actually stuck around. These guys moved up and did a whole bunch of stuff. We failed an assault over here. I moved up. Tried to assault over here. Got nothing. Moved up here with the Storm Raven. Jumped out. We assaulted Hammer of Wrath. Killed that off and everybody popped out in the backside. Is that a morale check for you?
Pinning check.
Go for it. Let's see what his pinning does. Ooh.
Not pinned.
Yeah, figures. All right. These new dice for Blood Angels, which I got right here, I don't know how well they're going to work for me. Because right now, I'm not very happy. But we're going on for turn 3 for the Eldar. It looks like these guys are moonwalking back. They jumped back, did a whole bunch of shots, killed off a couple of jump pad guys over here. Not a whole lot after that. A couple shots over here. Snap shooting stuff. Didn't do any damage. Didn't do any damage. Over here, a whole bunch of shots. Blew up the stinking ball predator over there. That's pretty much it for the shooting. And assaults over here. We tied combat, but shall know no fear. I backed off so I can, in my turn, turn around and come back and do some stuff. So hopefully we can do that. Here we go, turn 4. Blood Angels action. These guys did a whole lot of nothing, just trying to scuttle over here. Difficult terrain, roll a 2. After running, roll a 1. But we scored the 3 that's in here building, so we got a point for that. Sanguinary jumped up here, assaulted the squad, took a wound on the way in, but he ended up chasing the squad down, said he couldn't do anything. As we move around the table over here, Furioso popped through the wall, then jumped into combat on top of the Serpent that was sitting behind there, and he did good, so he can stay in the army next round. Over here, Furioso jumped into combat with these guys, killed off 3. What's that guy's name? Farseer. Took a couple swings but couldn't do any damage. Failed morale. Got away from me for leadership-wise, and he ran off. Now the sad story is Mephiston decided he was going to run back over after regrouping. And they killed him on the way in, but my one little guy made it into combat. Of course he wiped him out. Didn't do a whole lot. During the shooting phase, Ball Predator finally makes it up. I didn't do a lot. I think I killed 1 guy.
Killed 2 guys.
Killed 2 guys, and they were just regular little Guardian guys or whatever, so not a whole lot. All the other shooting was not effective, or he had to save, that was re-rollable, being in cover, and it was just brutal. But that's what for turn 4 for the Blood Angels. Here we go for turn 5 for the Eldar. In the Eldar turn, you notice these guys jumped out of here. They shot, killed the Sanguinary Priest because the dice, the Blood Angel dice are not rolling that good. They're really, really not that good. All right, little shooting over here. Into the Dread over there, did nothing. You notice that the Dread is not there in the center anymore. That's because he got popped by all the little AP1 shots over there. Little psychic phase over there, killed off nothing.
Summoned some flamers.
Summoned some flamers. They're over in the back over there behind the Razorback. There we go. But he came up, he assaulted, made it so it's stunned, so he can't move or shoot. No extra armor. But that's pretty much it for their phase. Scored a couple points in the processes. Oh, these guys over here decided they can join the fight again. They're out there to do whatever they do. Anyway, a little bit of shooting here, did nothing. And that's pretty much it. And we're going into turn 5. All right, all the shooting we got here. These guys up here and these guys down here did a whole bunch of shooting, eliminated 2 of the horrors that were down there. Last cannon, took all of that, so he failed his invul and finally popped that guy. Down the way, Raven tried to do some damage, but only ended up glancing because of a stinking reroll, or stinking roll, whatever. What's it called?
Serpent shield.
Serpent, yeah, serpent garbage thing. Anyway, after that, everything just moved up. Tried to claim objective, tried to get into cover, rolled a 1 for my run roll, so he's out there just sucking. But anyway, speaking of sucking, look, here's some Blood Angel dice that really suck. Alright, his turn in turn 5. Okay, bottom of turn 5. Mr. Flamer over there made his points up, even though he's maximum relaxing, laying on his side over there. He actually killed off 4 guys in that squad. Because of the flame, because of toughness tests and stuff, I only got 1 guy left. Not good for me. On over here, these guys, Pepper shot it. Oh, my poor little Furioso was minding his own business, doing nothing. The HQ and his little posse around the corner. They're just running around the corner. Did a whole lot of nothing. A couple pot shots from the Serpents. Did a whole lot of nothing. And that's about it. Scored a whole bunch of points, but we're going to roll right now and see if we end the game. Roll on over here. Hopefully it's over here. Well, 1. We are done. How many points you got?
7.
7 points. I have a total of 8. Close game. Eldar really came back and started peppering up my units and stuff. My dice for these dice right there suck. So hopefully they'll do better next time. But that's it. Thanks for watching.